Whether you're using Microsoft 365 or Google Sheets, there are a few tips and tricks to know to help you use CodeBot. First, let's start with the formatting of the workbook. The very first tab is called the Workbook rubric. Here we list out each tab title of the workbook and where to find that section within SAP SuccessFactors. Below are the highlight color keys. This light blue indicates where an item can be set to pending. This is important for any automations that you're going to make. The peach color indicates what the pending object is. The pending object is the object that orients how the configuration is displayed in the sheet, and it's the object that the bot will be searching for in the instance when it goes to make a change. There are various colors for different types of dividers. The main point to focus on with dividers is that they break the spreadsheet up into different subsections. We'll cover this more in depth when we train on automations, but in sheets with dividers, be sure to focus on the pending object instead of the configuration rows. The second tab is called the Config tab. With most workbooks, we include a Config tab that will pre-filter the workbook generation. By doing this, you can limit the scope of the configuration that's pulled down. You would do this to either speed up the execution time or help focus on only a specific subset of configuration. Once the configuration is in the spreadsheet, here are some helpful tips and tricks to help analyze and structure the data. First, you can add filters to these workbooks. The best place to do that is in the third row. Here are some of the things that CodeBot users do to move through the sheets quickly. I'm demoing these capabilities on a Mac, but there are similar functionalities if you're doing this on a PC. A quick Google search should help produce some shortcuts for you. You can Command F to find data, Command down to the first available new row. You can delete and add and shift cells up. You can paint formatting. You can hide or show particular columns. It is best practice to then unhide all of the hidden columns that you have, that you yourself have hidden. This helps with the bot RPA aspects. You can leave comments or notes. You can change the freeze at selection. We have freeze at selection typically noted for you, but it is sometimes useful to change where the freeze at selection happens. There's also version histories on the spreadsheets. And then you can hold Shift and use the arrow keys to have better control over how you select items of the spreadsheet. Avoid leaving filters and hidden columns available when you're running actions. So clear out the filters and reset the spreadsheet formatting back to normal before you run another action. Be sure that the item ID in column A is in sequence. And then it's also best practice to unhighlight any of the previous highlights that you had from previous actions. Lastly, we want to hear from you. Are there other major items and tips and tricks that we've missed in managing the spreadsheets? Please let us know. We want to share that knowledge with other CodeBot users and are very open to that feedback. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching.